Hello everybody, this is Jason Onks, and today I have a special guest artist with us. His name is Myles Harlan, and he is from the Detroit area, and he recently finished his first year of college at Vanderbilt University, studying with Jared Hauser. And so we're just going to sit down and have a little interview with him to get his input on being a first year college student, and maybe have some advice for those aspiring young oboists that are still in high school now. So with no further ado, here is Myles Harlan. Okay, Myles, thanks so much for sitting down to do this little video.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, thank you. And so now that you have a full year of college under your belt as an oboe major, I was just want to get your opinion of how that went. How'd your first year of college go, and were things as you expected them to be or not?
My first year of college went, I would say overall it went great. It had its ups and down moments, but it wasn't what I expected. It was a lot harder than I expected, more of an adjustment than I expected. Because I did go to boarding school before, so I thought the format would be pretty similar. But I definitely learned a lot, and I definitely have grown more than just as an oboist, but also as a person.
That's great. And so from what you've learned and what you've done through this first year of college, what would you do differently now that you have that 1 year of experience? So if you had to do your first year over, what might you do differently?
The thing that I would say I would do differently is to start encouraging myself more from the very beginning. I think you have to learn that even if you feel like others don't encourage you or don't believe you or don't say the good things that you do, you have to remind yourself of the good things that you do and that you can do things right. That was the biggest bad moment that I had, when I felt like I couldn't do anything right, and so I kind of shut down a little bit. But soon I talked to my mom, and she told me that everything would work out fine, and I just started believing that I could do it, and I started encouraging myself. And the positive things, it's good to focus on the negative things, but the positive things remind you why you should work on the negative things, because you want to build your positivity, not start from all negatives and start working to be positive. If that makes sense. Absolutely.
That's great advice. So now, as more specific to oboe playing, if you were to advise a high school oboist that is striving to be an oboe player in college or an oboe major in college, and they're in their high school years right now, what would you advise them as they continue down this oboe path and then going into college?
Okay, two things. Number one, make reads. Make as many reads as possible. Get really good at it. You always need to read. You shouldn't have to rely on just one good read at a time. It's always good to have the ability to make a read whenever you want one, instead of having to wait or depend on others to do so. And also just play scales, just get really good with your technique. Find your sound and your tone as an individual. Find what makes you different as an oboist. And that can take a long time, but I would start getting that in my head really early about how can I impact the oboe world and what's different or what's unique about me.
That's excellent advice. Yeah. I appreciate you sitting down to answer a few questions. Any last words that you might be able to encourage anybody about any topic with oboe or college?
The one thing, it's a quote that I heard from TV. It was something about, it was on a show called Being Mary Jane, and it was her driver, and she was saying how hard her life was being she's a news anchor or something to that form, and he told her that all the things that happen in your life are all meant to pull you towards or push you towards what you said you wanted to do. So you have to, basically, he was saying that you have to learn to embrace the positive and negative things in your life, because that is basically what you asked for, so that your character would be built enough so that you can accomplish your goals. So basically, and even with all that, I guess it's always knowing that no matter how hard it gets, that if you want to do whatever it is you want to do, then you can do it. It's all just building you towards that goal that you said that you wanted to do.
All right, that's definitely great advice, and appreciate your time sitting down here today.
Thank you so much.